Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Crust Flopcast.
Hello, everybody.
How you all doing today? Hope it's all treating you rather well, and I hope the weekend actually was fun for you. We have some interesting news for you guys, if you can see above.
Ew.
I will give you guys a pre-warning. Expect a rant coming from yours truly.
And me going, dude, breathe.
And then people in chat probably going, dude, breathe as well.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. But a good fucking reason, I feel, in this case. Also, hello YouTube. Do not ban me for what we will say during this, because it's not my fault that some business execs want to take a beloved system out back and old yeller that bitch. But we'll get on to that in a bit. As always, folks, I am joined by the controversial cat maid and always my lovely co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one, it's the only, it's Damo!
Hey everybody, how you doing?
How you doing today, Damo? You all good?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
Keeping yourself out of trouble?
Always, just...
Not saying anything controversial?
I mean, I can't. That's the case. But, yeah, no, pretty much.
Not got hit with any lawsuits recently?
No. You make it sound like as if I have been hit with lawsuits all the time, and that's further from the truth.
Controversial cat maid. Got to make that little jokey assumption.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah. Hey, Zero.
Hello, 000. Breathing. What's that? You know that thing that you do in and out, in and out, in and out? And now I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about the restaurant in America either. Lordy lord. So, as always, folks, you know what we talk about at the beginning of these. Damo, what the fuck you been playing these past couple of weeks?
Let's see. I've been playing as I do every day. If there's going to be a lot of you here that don't know what this game is called, and that is completely understandable. I actually didn't know it was a thing until fairly recently, over the last few months, called MU Dark Epoch. And as you do not know, I recently got promoted to I think it was deputy or something like that. Let me have a quick looky for a second. Because I'm doing a guild boss at the moment as we speak, so I am now deputy master. And just to give you guys a reason as to why, because the guild master, I'm friends with her, she's absolutely lovely. And she sent me a little whisper on the game the other day. She was like, it's because, I've promoted you to this because of your willingness to really exceed, and not just that, but to help other people as well, because I help everyone with their guild bosses pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just only gotten to level 390.
And Damo's been promoted. So, yes, congratulations.
In the guild. So there's that.
Congrats on the promotion.
Thank you very much. Obviously dying like the beast as well.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind's just gone blank. Schedule 1. That's been fun. Mixing all the drugs, shall we say. Played a tiny bit of Sims. Controversial, I know, considering the things that are going on right now with EA. It's only
we'll get on to that.
The expansion pack, okay? I wanted to check it out.
That'll be something else that we'll be getting on to.
Yeah, we will be. For the King 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing some for the King 2 as well. I can't remember.
Star Rail.
What else? Star Rail, yeah, that's true. I haven't been on there yet today, but I will be after Guild Boss, so.
Yes.
Well, at some point, because then there's a little daily event that goes on, and I have to pay attention to that kind of, so
Oh no, paying attention to stuff. Oh no.
I know, right?
Oh no! Having to pay attention to shit! Fucking hell!
Yes, Skeletor.
Yeah! Fucking Bungie! If anyone knows the video, you know what I'm talking about.
Wasn't I the one that sent you that as well, actually?
Yeah, you sent me that initially, and then Ivy showed it on the full. Literally, last night, I actually started watching the entire thing of He-Man and Skeletor reacting to stuff.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah, there's actually a few videos. A lot of it is basically Skeletor bitching and moaning about obviously Destiny stuff, and then there's also a couple of ones where he actually Skeletor bitches and moans about Rocket Raccoon in Marvel Rivals, which is like, I'm half tempted to send to Ivy. It's like, yo, Ivy, Skeletor's bitching about your character.
Do it, fucking do it. I'll put a smile on my face. And I was also as well played Peep with Ivy, as well as some Outlast trials, you know.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, it's spooky season, so like. Boy, do I have a week lined up for you. Not that I did my schedule or anything.
Do I need to start reminding you on Mondays to start doing your schedule?
I had it all planned out, you know, like, because recently in the mornings, Monster the Edgeen story, you know, I was like, I'll watch these episodes, you know, get my dailies done on MU, see if anybody needs my help, do that, and then do my schedule, and completely forgot to do the schedule until now. So there we go, we'll be doing that after the Flopcast. Yeah, I know. So, but, you know, I'm just gonna say... Don't be surprised if you see a little bit of Dead Take or Silent Hill F on the upcoming schedule.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, to be honest.
No, it's still going to be Down Like the Beast because I've been having a lot of fun with that.
And just hanging out with
me. And that is so
me.
routine on my Tuesdays now, like you would not fucking believe.
Yeah, just hanging out with me while doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know there's a lot of talking scenes, I believe, in Dead Take, especially in Silent Hill F as well. And I don't want to obviously keep saying, oi, cutscene, you know what I mean? I don't want to be rude. Whereas the cutscenes, at least with Dying Like the Beast, it's one of those where they're not too long-winded, if that makes sense.
Yeah. By the way, I've got Midnight Murder Club now, so we can try that out as a group.
That is true, you do. We need to try that out at some point.
I haven't got it yet, and I do want to get it.
Apparently, all I need is the demo.
Well, I do intend on getting it because I've seen videos on it and I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it is crossplay.
Yeah, no, Ivy did say that.
Yes.
She did say that, yeah.
So yeah, I'll be looking forward to doing that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You only need
demo, yeah.
I'm still getting the main game because it's cheap. It's like £8.
Cries in bank account.
That's me every month. No! Where the fuck have you gone? You just got here, money! Bill's walking out. Bill's walk out. Right. You fucking bastard! Come back here!
Event is like wipes eyes in money. So sad.
You fucking bastard! I'll get you for this, Danish!
Yeah, it's one of those days today, folks.
Needs to be after last week. Fuck me.
Honestly, yeah, no, I feel you. So yeah, I think that's about it actually on my end. What about you guys? What you've been playing?
Wipe size and challenges to throw at chaos. Fuck you, Villa. Well, I've been up to quite a bit. I do want to take a little bit of time to actually do a review before we get into some of the stuff. Okay. I have been obviously doing more Super Robot Wars. Kisses chaos on the forehead. Aw, thank you, Zero. Probably about the only person that's going to show me that level of affection. At least physical affection. Yeah, Zero, want to make out?
I offer hugs and head pats.
Hey, I'll get where I can these days. Bonk's forehead with more challenges. Son of a bitch! I've been doing Super Robot Wars. Obviously, been doing Marvel Rivals as well, just to annoy people as a solo support because Hail, Cloak and Dagger, and fuck you, Luna mains.
Wait, weren't I a Luna main?
No, you were a Psylocke main.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Yeah, and
Pretty
you were
purple outfits.
I know. I've also been doing. I've been jumping back on a game that I've had on the Switch for a while, just playing offline. I've been jumping on the card game Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and essentially kind of trying to find a way to break the game even more than I already have.
I was gonna say, since when haven't you been able to break games? Like
Exactly. It's like a good fucking skill of mine. Hey, yo, Devs, get me in for a QA testing. I'll show you how you break shit.
obviously, I'm surprised no development companies like reached out to you in terms of that though.
A, because I don't really keep an eye out for that shit, and B, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't let me do it because I was already bullshit going on behind the scenes. I'd go, "Alright, you shoot! Pulling your head out of your investors' ass. They're not going to suck you off just because you think that you have all the money that you need in order to get that interest. Fuck off and let these dev teams cook. You want money? Let them cook. Stop shoving down fucking their throats all these goddamn evil fucking times. Let them take time to cook. A quick game is shit. A long game is better. Fuck off. Yes, there's going to be a lot of Skeletor today, folks.
I can tell.
I've been indulging in a lot of Skeletor the past 12 hours. Leave me the fuck alone. I've also been obviously doing Star Rail, trying to get Evernight, but I probably won't. But I've set the groundwork at least to get whatever character I want next.
I got Evernight. I forgot about that.
Been doing Bleach Brave Souls, trying to get the new Yoruichi, but I probably won't because, again, I've not got enough stuff for it because they keep bringing out new characters that I actually do want to add to my teams, but unfortunately nothing's working. And in the Brave battles, in the rankings, I hit the top 20.
Ooh.
I hit 13 out of over 2,000.
Nice.
Yeah, I was literally because I've done so many times where I've not actually done the Brave battles, so the tickets are built up. I've got nearly 2,000 tickets. So I was sat there for like an hour, and once I hit 13, it's like, right, what's the next point? Because you get like 500 points every time you like win a battle. I'm like, let's have a look. The next one, I was at 175,000 points, right? The next one was 200,000, and the top was nearly 600,000. I'm like, fuck this. But sorry now, I've got other shit to do. So when I actually saw the stream yesterday, did do Monster Hunter Wilds. Didn't do the Final Fantasy event because I spent most of the time actually helping Beth grind up. Because little Missy thought after the credits end, that's it. There's no more to the game. And the game's like, haha, surprise, motherfucker! And last but by most certainly means no least, ladies and gentlemen, I have been tackling Digimon Time Stranger.
Nice.
And that's kind of really all the games I've actually been playing. So I want to tie in my review with one of the articles I found. I figured we'd start off with some good stuff before we get on to the rant. Sound good to you?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Perfect.
So, Digimon Time Stranger. So, as anyone that's actually paid attention to the channel will know, I'm not exactly a stranger to Digimon games. Specifically the Digimon story games and Survive. Look at the voice acting stuff that we've done on that, because we've done a fucking lot. So, I've actually been enjoying Digimon Story Time Stranger to the point where I actually have been dying to play it, but at the same time, because I did a 12-hour stream on it, which Damo and Kai sat with me pretty much the entire fucking time. Thank you, by the way.
Literally the entire time, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, we learnt new things about pineapples.
Suddenly, pineapples. Hence why I've changed Kai's name in the server to Killer the Pineapple Lover.
Yeah.
I've basically all I've actually been doing is basically grinding out on the one of the outer dungeons where I'm just basically getting loads of the items to level up some of the Digimon. So I am very much in this instance where I'm currently at in the game, very over leveled. How over leveled? The enemies I'm facing should be between around 17 to 23. I got 2 members of my team in the 70s and 1 in the 90s. And they're champion, and when I go into the Hall of XP, they are clapping ultimate level Digimon. Yeah, your boy's been breaking things again. But I will be doing more of Digimon Time Stranger tomorrow. Because I want to play it! But one of the funny things that I came across whilst waiting for this, and you guys are going to like this, Digimon Time Stranger, and this is coming from Automaton Media, and I have looked into this, and this is actually true. Digimon Story Time Stranger's pre-orders exceeds Bandai Namco's expectations. Physical copies to be scarce at launch. So if you're looking to pick up, just go into a store and pick up the game physically just on the day without pre-ordering, there was a chance that you probably might not be able to get it. Because technically this is the first, what they're claiming to be the first new standalone entry in 10 years. Although I don't know what the fuck they're calling Survive on that one. On September 30th, publisher Bandai Namco Entertainment announced that due to popular demand, physical copies might be scarce during the first week of launch. The publisher advised fans to make timely orders if they're interested in buying the physical edition, as it could get tricky to get your hands on a copy at retailers once the game launches. In response, some commenters have already reported that their local stores have run out of stock.
Oh boy.
That's a good thing. Because the one thing that the people behind Digimon have always said that they've been kind of scared to actually bring games out in the West because of how very biased the Western market can be. Mm-hmm. Especially, obviously, with the likes of Pokemon, obviously, already pretty much cornering this side of the market.
Yeah.
Well, what I find interesting is the fact that, though, despite that, Digimon actually, I feel, is a lot more fleshed out and a lot more real and dark story than Pokemon has ever gone. The darkest, some of the darkest and more real stories I have sort of come out over the recent Pokemon games, like with obviously Team Star's whole story of their bullying and how they reacted to getting bullied.
Yeah.
And obviously X and Y's big bad guy wanting to destroy the world and then essentially dying after he fails. Because he gets crushed. Developed by Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Studio Media Vision, Time Stranger is the 7th mainline entry in the Digimon Story sub-series. It took a whopping 7 to 8 years to make, and will boast the series' largest roster of Digimon, over 450, currently 475 actually. I know because I looked at this. And that's not including the DLC to come, because they're actually including more when the DLC comes out. With a story centering on the Olympus 12. The new RPG is designed to be approachable for both hardcore Digimon fans and newcomers, but the flood of pre-orders is no doubt coming from series of veterans who've grown reasonably starved for a new entry. With the game actually now having come out, well, suffice to say, I've been seeing that it's actually doing very well across the board. To the point where, and this is actually a second article, apologies, but this all ties in really. Digimon Story Time Stranger launches to a bigger player count than any Persona or single-player Final Fantasy JRPG in Steam history.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's beating Persona and Final Fantasy on Steam. Players keep pouring into Digimon Story Time Stranger on Steam, and it's not just outdoing its own predecessors, now it's setting records versus some genuine JRPG icons. Persona? Final Fantasy? Nah, PC gamers just want digital monsters. Digimon Story Time Stranger has reached a peak concurrent player count of 70,964 as SteamDB shows. Bear in mind, this article was posted on the 3rd of October, so literally a few days ago. So that player count is still pretty much good, I'd imagine. But yeah, 70,000 people currently playing. And from what I've heard over the past couple of days, that number is only increasing. So this is probably one of Digimon's biggest games to date. So I highly recommend the game myself, because I'm having a lot of fun. Only 2 JRPGs have reached bigger concurrent player numbers in recent years. Metaphor ReFantasio, 85,000, and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink at 114,000. Can understand why, they're both good games. Assuming you're serious about the J in JRPG anyway, as games by Western developers like Deltarune and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 are also up there. Well, that's no surprise considering Expedition 33 was an absolutely fantastic game. But to go actually compare like Digimon and Expedition 33 would be slightly stupid, because they're great, because they're both great JRPGs, but they're great in their own rights.
Yeah.
The same as Deltarune, obviously from the people that obviously made Undertale. It's great in its own right. To claim that, to put them in the same field would be, I personally feel, wrong. But this kind of response from the Western audience is what I think should have been happening for a long time. Because this is the type of thing that could encourage more Digimon games to actually be made. And to actually come over to the West. Because there's loads of Digimon games that are in Japan and the East that we have not seen. And we can't get our hands on. And I think that's a crime. Because there's so many like Digimon games out there that easily could do so well. Like the early Digimon World games, 1, 2, and 3, that were on the original PlayStation. If they brought them on the Classics collection on PlayStation, guarantee that would sell a lot. Guarantee. That might just be because I'm biased, because I'm a Digimon fan, and I have been for many years. But I genuinely do believe Digimon deserves its credit and deserves its hype.
You're not wrong at the end of the day. Like, you know, the fact is, like, they've done so fucking well. You know.
The latest Digital Monsters game came out on the 3rd and immediately shot to the top of Steam's bestseller chart, listed by revenue, ahead of evergreen favourites like Helldivers 2 and upcoming mammoths like Battlefield 6. Every other metric also paints a hopeful picture. Right now, Digimon Time Stranger's peak concurrent player count on Steam sits at 54,000. For context, that's about 16 times more than the last Digimon story's peak on the platform, which was a PS Vita port, to be fair, and 32 times more than the last game in the series, 2023's Digimon World Next Order, also a PS Vita port. The excellent Digimon Survive previously held the record for the highest concurrent peak, with approximately 6,000 monster tamers playing it simultaneously more than 3 years ago. Fair to say, there's been a pretty big bump since 2022. Yeah, 2022 is when that came out.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Time Stranger isn't just making a nice load of cash, though. The JRPG concurrently enjoys a very positive rating based on well over 500 users on the platform. An improvement on Cyber Sleuth and Hackers Memory, one fan writes. Visually, gameplay, and of course the Digimon. And my favourite girl, Minervamon, is getting awesome representation. It looks great, the music is great, lots of quality of life updates from Cyber Sleuth to this in many, many areas. And the story, while so far nothing to write home about, is at least fun and goofy, says another. The closest thing I can compare to this to from personal experience is Persona 3 Reload. Many aspects of this so far feel very inspired from that, and it makes the game so much better for it. The negative reviews that do exist call out Time Stranger's 10 DLC packs, some of which aren't even included in the game's £105 slash $120 Ultimate Edition. But the thing is, here's where I will call out those negative reviews, basically calling out the DLC. The thing is, those DLCs are merely cosmetic, with obviously the exception of the season pass for the future Digimon coming, and the Outer Dungeon ones. They don't really affect the game at all. They literally do nothing. They are just options. What they included with the other stuff was stuff they wanted you to actually have. Yeah, all the DLC stuff, yeah, they could have included, but then why? A lot of the DLC is cosmetic. You would complain. I'm sorry, but people would complain if they included all the cosmetic stuff. So, chill out. But yeah, some people are saying this is great considering what comes out next week. I'm not reading from the article now.
Yeah.
With obviously next Thursday being Pokemon Legends ZA. Some saying Legends ZA will probably actually do way better than Digimon. I would argue that, especially considering obviously Nintendo's recent actions, but we'll get onto that at another point. It's going to be interesting to see how Legends ZA plays and actually does well with the market. You can see me playing it next Thursday on stream, so you can actually see my input on it.
I can't wait, to be honest, because at the end of the day, that just means more room for another Cursemon run.
That probably will be...
But I kind of want this to be the Curse Name run. Because even if it's for a few streams or whatever, I'm always there going, chlamydia, gonorrhea.
Yeah, no, it won't... this one won't be a Curse Name run initially.
Sad.
Well, because as much as I want to go in with the intention of a Curse Name run, considering everything, I need to go in there with an objective head. Yeah. I need to go in with a professional head on this one.
Yeah.
And considering the fact that this is actually going to have a competitive scene, I'm kind of curious. And considering this is actually being... And Legends Z is apparently going to be a main series game, does that mean that there's a possibility that future Pokemon games might be more like this?
I mean, that's fair. What about once you've completed it?
Maybe, but then again, because I also want to do the DLC as well. So, we'll talk about it, because it's a case of I would have to delete my save file in order to do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That is true.
So it's like... And because you can't trade out the Pokemon from ZA to any other game, so it's like, ugh. If I get some really good Mons, and then I actually try my... Because I will probably try my hand at a competitive scene just to try and get the Mega Stones.
That's
for the Kalos stars. And considering you can get those only in the first 3 seasons of the competitive scene, I want to... It's going to be a while before I think about actually doing a Curse Name run.
That's fair. Just put it out there, it's all good.
Yeah, trust me, I've thought about it. It's the same as I know that people... It's the same thing as I know people wanted the new Digimon game to be a voice acting one.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you spoke about it, Ivy spoke about it, Beth spoke about it, so it's like...
To be fair, though, I didn't have that information that it was going to be voiced until you said, though. And I have left it alone since. So
yeah,
that's why When you first mentioned it, I was like, oh, so another voice acting thing?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, it has voices. Oh, okay.
I wasn't aware until I found out myself, and that's when I told you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I just left it alone. I was like, oh, okay.
There is a possibility to actually do it, because you could easily swap it over to Japanese dub, so then we ain't got to worry about that. So there is possibility. Yeah. There are times, obviously, when the characters don't speak. But I imagine we'll probably do that at some point. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. So, yeah. Alright, Damo?
Yes. Give me a sec. So, which one should we go on? Let's see.
Fuck.
We'll go on another happy one, I think.
Go for it.
This is on GamesRadar.com. Chaos and I both found this separately, literally 2 days apart, which is actually kind of hilarious, to be honest. Konami says it accidentally gave Silent Hill F Steam players bonus pre-order content. Players say let us keep it and focus on PC performance instead, patches instead. So basically this came out on 26th of September. Konami says some Silent Hill F players on Steam were mistakenly gifted free pre-order bonus content, but as you may expect, it's being snatched away soon. Posting on Twitter, Konami says it's investigating an issue on the Steam version of Silent Hill F where the bonus and pre-order content not included. Yes, we're gonna get into that, thank you. In the purchased edition. Sorry, hang on, give me a second, I'm getting distracted a second. There we go. Yeah, pre-order content not included in the purchased edition is temporarily accessible, adding a patch is scheduled to be released soon. It's unclear from Konami's tweet exactly which pre-order content is erroneously been made available, but pre-order bonuses includes a special outfit, accessory, and an item pack. While the deluxe edition comes with a different costume as well as a digital art book and soundtrack. Regardless, responses to Konami's tweet were almost uniformly complaints about performance, mostly on PC. Naturally, you have the odd commenter cheekily asking Konami to just let us keep it! But the vast majority of the comments are related to technical issues.
Yeah, come on, Konami. Do what the Disney films always say and let it go.
Okay, I thought it was happy. When I initially saw this and read this, I was kind of happy because I thought they were going to let everyone keep it. So...
It's kind of happy because they slipped up. That's what I take that from that.
Yeah, I guess. And the person who wrote this article even said they were playing the game on PS5 and so far haven't had any notable issues, but their co-workers on PC indeed confirmed there are some pretty serious issues, including the trademark Unreal Engine 5 shader stutters. Another colleague's called Silent Hill F's performance on PC awful, so it definitely seems like these comments aren't entirely without merit. One thing's for sure is that there's no way Konami is going to simply let everyone keep the bonus content it accidentally gave away. That would completely devalue the pre-orders and deluxe edition many players sprung for. So if you're one of the Steam players who bought the standard edition and is accessing bonus content for free, enjoy it whilst you can. Now, I'm going to say this. One of our friends actually streamed it for a short time when it first initially came out, because I was like, oh yeah, like I want to see some of that gameplay, because initially I weren't going to get it, sort of thing. But I did end up getting it, obviously. I believe I got the deluxe edition. Maybe. Who knows? I can't remember, honestly, but we'll find out when I actually eventually open it. And it seemed to run quite smoothly for them.
You just gotta wait and see, really.
So we'll just have to wait and see, at least on my end.
Yeah.
To see if it wants to play ball or not. Obviously, as we all know, Silent Hill 2 Remake did have its stutter issues and lag and everything else all in between.
Chaos, can you look up how to do this puzzle?
I'm not complaining about the puzzles right now, because we'll just be here for an hour, because me and my brain and puzzles don't always connect unless it's like, something, like, not so much easy, but, something that only I would understand, sort of thing, Like, because I am quite good at puzzles to an extent. And I will put my hands up, so that's why I say to an extent, because I'm not great at puzzles, but I'm not the worst person at puzzles.
I know, I'm just joking on that one.
I know.
I'm just running on that continuous joke.
Yes. So yeah, there's that, and basically, like, I just can't wait for it to be one of them where it's just gonna like, fuck yeah, let's go, motherfuckers. You know, like, I can't wait to play it. But considering the slip up and also the PC performance issues, now I get and understand that it may devalue those, especially those that have paid for the deluxe edition, right? But I think to make up for that fact, personally, I think they should just let them keep it.
Yeah, well, it's Konami, so
Well, you got a point, yeah.
they didn't let they didn't let our boy Kojima keep his shit.
Also got a very true point on that front.
So yeah.
So yeah,
Time will tell.
time will tell. But the fact they've already announced, like, in a tweet, going, yeah, in a later patch, well, in an upcoming patch, we're going to be fixing that, is a bit bullshit. Because what about the people that have already used the items from the pack, like, you know, from the pre-order?
Well, here's let me just play devil's advocate here. What if, obviously, if you've used the items already and obviously it affects the game, what if they're just going to patch it so other people that get the game later on don't then have that same thing happen to them? What if that's going to be the case? Because if you've already used it, then there's a chance it'll mess up your game. So...
That'd be possibly.
So
I can understand in terms of, like, if you end up using a deluxe edition, like, outfit that it came with, which there's, like, you've got the normal one, you've got the white one, I believe you've got a pink one.
Yeah. But I'm talking about stuff that would, like, possibly affect the gameplay.
In terms of the in-game items, I believe, if I remember correctly, that's, like, stuff like healing items.
Yeah. Well, it just seems like if a bunch of people already have access to it, then... Because what I've seen with other game companies where something like this has happened, they've let them keep it, but the patch is literally to prevent others that afterwards buy the game thinking they'll be able to do that, but they won't.
Yeah, but I'll say this, though, I'm genuinely, like... I can't even sit here and say that I'm annoyed at TikTok, because it's my own fucking fault. Now... Obviously, you know, asking Ben to let me, like, watch them play the game, that is completely fair. That's, like, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at Ben. I am a bit annoyed at TikTok, though, because ever since I watched Ben play it on Discord, it's near enough been non-stop. So, my eyes are trying to just be like, no, let's avert and scroll. Just keep scrolling.
Bruh, do you realise the amount of, like, Digimon Time Stranger videos that popped up showing, like, the endings and stuff on YouTube? I've been doing my best, like, nope.
Yeah.
Every time they pop up on my recommended, it's like, click, not interested, click, not interested, click, not interested. I don't want to fucking know. Like,
yeah, no,
damn.
I know, but I've ended up just glued to the screen going, oh my god, this is so cool. And the thing is, the way that they've done this as well, which is why I'm really wanting to, like, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
Is because of the fact is as well, not only do you like, you're already locked into the canon ending. So if you want to get the other endings, plus obviously their own secret ending and then the UFO ending, you have to replay it. And apparently every time you replay it, from what I've seen online, is that every time you do that New Game Plus and then New Game Plus Plus and so forth, apparently unlocks new areas as well, giving you more information than what you had before.
I like games that do that.
Now, when it came to Silent Hill 2 remake, my main yes, don't get me wrong, I wanted the doggo. I did. However, they already had 3 canon technically canon endings already, and the fact that I got the best canon ending, surprisingly enough, which I should not have actually have gotten, by the way, but we're taking it as a win. Alright, I ain't complaining. Okay?
May have been directing you towards that.
Well, yes, you were, but it's not just like how you do the puzzles and how, you know, quickly you do them. It's also the little tidbits as well. So, for example, do you remember in the beginning how many times I kept whacking the enemies afterwards and kicking them and stuff like to make sure they were dead?
Yeah, I know.
That actually should have led me to the bad ending.
Well, again, the thing is like, it might be a case of like the first playthrough you get this one ending. On your next playthrough, depending on your actions, that's then.
Yeah.
That might have been
But
how
on
they were
this
doing that one.
on this run, everybody gets the full canon. With Silent Hill 2 remake, 90% of people pretty much have gotten the normal, in between, like the okay ending or the bad ending. It's actually been a very small percentage of people, at least when I played it. A small percentage of people got the good ending out of those 3 canon endings. And then obviously you do New Game Plus, and then you've got the chance to get this, what they call the secret endings. I think there's like 4 extra like endings or something like that, like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And obviously included in that is obviously the UFO/dog ending. You know, sort of thing. So it's just one of them where basically, you know, the fact that they've done it different this time, where you have that one specific canon ending, and then you have to play it again and again and again to unlock the other the other 3 endings, is amazing. Because they've done it in a different way, and a different light, that, you know, to show you like what else they can potentially do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hi, Kane.
What's up, Kane?
You know, so I actually can't wait to kind of get stuck in, because we all know the second I get stuck in, there's no way of getting me out of that.
Oh, I know.
So I'm not promising anything, but 12-hour Silent Hill F stream when?
I'll be sat with you as long as I can.
Naturally. Now, I'm not promising anything, and I want to say this so bad for you lot. I'm not promising anything. Okay? Because that would be mean.
So, coming soon, folks, 12-hour Silent Hill F stream.
I'm not promising.
Why 12 hours? Because it
but
might take
it's
demo 12 hours to figure out a certain puzzle.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Which
but
then will result in chaos. Can you look it up?
Okay, not that bad, bruh.
I'm sorry, that's actually how the whole Tuesday morning thing started to begin with.
I know, I'm taking the piss. Jeez.
I just bought the game today. The puzzles are very hard for my head, Damo, says Kane.
Is that on easy? Because you can change the puzzle stuff, and is that for Silent Hill F or Silent Hill 2 remake?
I would assume F.
Ah. So yeah, so have you got another article?
Oh, I got a few.
Yeah, no,
I've got a funny
like,
one.
4, but 2 interlink into.
Yeah, I've got a funny one. This is coming from Dexerto, and I have looked into this, and it is true. Florida woman wins Mortal Kombat tournament playing with newborn baby in arms.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this, yeah.
A mother with a newborn baby is going viral after winning her local monthly fighting game tournament, all while holding a 5-day-old child in her arms. Yep, that's right, 5-day-old. Legion is a 3D artist and mother who occasionally plays fighting games when she has time in between working and taking care of her newborn daughter, Cereza. Aww!
Aww.
I like, yo, shout out, she's a Bayonetta fan. Her skills haven't dulled in spite of the new addition to her family, as evidenced by her viral victory at her local monthly tournament, Juicy Game Night in Orlando, Florida. Juicy Game Night hosts tournaments for a slew of different fighting games, one of those being Mortal Kombat XL. On Saturday, September 27th, the Florida fighting game community gathered together to put their skills to the test, and the results are taking social media by storm. Mum wins a Mortal Kombat tournament 5 days after C-section. Yeah, 5 fucking days! That woman's a beast! That woman's a beast!
Honestly.
Fucking shout out to that Legion woman. Holy crap. Baby Cereza was born on September 22nd, 2025 via C-section. The pregnancy was a complicated one as Legion had developed a uterine window. A condition where the material of the uterus has severely thinned from previous C-sections to the point where it's nearly transparent.
Oh shit.
On top of this, she had also suffered severe pain in the days leading up to the birth, with doctors explain that if she had gone into active labour, she could have ruptured her uterus. Because of this, they started delivery a bit earlier via caesarean section. 5 days after welcoming Cereza to the world, Legion and her hubby took their bundle of joy along with them to their local fighting game tournament on a last-minute whim. And despite recovering from a grueling surgical procedure, she decided to compete. With her 5-day-old daughter resting in her arms, Legion worked her way through the 4-person bracket, beating her own husband to land a grand finals against fellow player King Kai. In a 3-2 victory, the Mortal Kombat mum took first place, winning $28 and a trip to... God damn it, the page just reloaded for some reason. Winning a trip to DreamHack Atlanta in late October. The community celebrated her win on social media, marveling at how impressive it was considering she was comforting her baby while playing. For Legion, this represents more than a happy reunion with friends. It's a reminder that parents can still do the things they love while taking care of their children. Shout out to her, alright?
That massive shout out to her, honestly.
Oh,
that
definitely. Alex, oh my god. Alex, thank you for the Prime sub for 53 months. What the fuck is this subject? Basically, to clarify to those who haven't been paying attention, a mother who had just given birth to her child 5 days ago via C-section wins a local Mortal Kombat tournament. Now, how much bragging rights has that woman got?
A fucking shit ton, I'll tell you that.
I've been sliced open, breastfeeding, and still whooping your ass.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Still here some reason. Appreciate it, Alex. Thank you very much, man. But yeah, that's fucking awesome. Shout out, madam. Much respect. And welcome to the world, baby Cereza. Now that's multitasking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it is.
Oh god, that is pure brilliance.
So much, honestly. Like, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Very much deserved.
Yeah.
Very much deserved.
So, Damon, do you want to take both the EA ones? I know you got
yes,
one.
so now we're going to go on a bit of a sad one.
Yes.
For those of you that may or may not know, EA has basically sold
Their soul?
themselves. They sold their soul like years ago, what do you mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So basically, words are not wording, so just give me a moment. So, yes. I initially heard about this through Sims Community, which, as you all know, is a lot of time where I get a lot of my information sources, because a lot of that, you know, they're very much backed up. They don't work for them, but they're very much clued in, if that makes sense. That they were EA were potentially going to be selling off to basically to PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners for $55 billion.
Company in Saudi Arabia.
Hmm?
Company in Saudi Arabia, I believe.
Yes. They have also come out with a press release as well. EA have. Obviously, none of us are happy about this, all things considered, what all of that basically means and stands for. Now, for those of you who don't know what basically Sims is, for me as well as a lot of the, Sims community specifically, is all about exclusivity. You know, doing what you wish with the, in the world of imagination on a game. Okay, Bella. And so this meaning that we were all hoping it's not going to go through. Like, everybody, I believe, not everyone, but a lot of the people, the player base, took to the internet, any form of social medias, literally saying, please don't do this. Please don't, because what the fuck are you doing? And this is also on the EA news.ea.com as well. There were two press releases, both on the same day, which was a bit weird. This is, I believe, the first one. Yeah, the first one. EA announces agreement to be acquired by PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners for $55 billion. Accelerates EA's strategic vision to advance the future of entertainment. Stockholders to receive $210 per share in cash, representing 25% premium to unaffected share price. Transaction represents largest all-cash sponsored take private investment in history. Redwood City, California, Business Wire, Electronic Arts Inc., a global leader in interactive entertainment today, announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to be acquired by an investor consortium, or the consortium, comprised of PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners in an all-cash transaction that values EA at an enterprise value of approximately $55 billion. The transaction positions EA to accelerate innovation and growth to build the future of entertainment. Under the terms of the agreement, the consortium will acquire 100% of EA, with PIF rolling over its existing 9.9% stake in the company. EA stockholders will receive $210 per share in cash. The per share purchase price represents a 25% premium to EA's unaffected share price of $168.32 at market close on September 25th, 2025. The last fully unaffected trading day, and a premium to EA's unaffected all-time high of $179.01 at market close on August 14th, 2025. PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners bring deep sector experience, quotation marks, by the way, people, committed capital and global portfolios with networks across gaming, entertainment, and sports that offer unique possibilities for EA to blend physical and digital experiences, enhance fan engagement, and create new growth opportunities. The transaction represents the largest all-cash sponsor take private investment in history, with the consortium partnering closely with EA to enable the company to move faster and unlock new opportunities on a global stage. Our creative and passionate teams at EA have delivered extraordinary experiences for hundreds of millions of fans, built some of the world's most iconic IP, and created significant value for our business. This moment is a powerful recognition of their remarkable work, said Andrew Wilson, Chairman and CEO of Electronic Arts. Looking ahead, we will continue to push the boundaries of entertainment, sports, and technology. Unlocking new opportunities together with our partners, we will create transformative experiences to inspire generations to come. I am more energized than ever about the future we are building. PIF is uniquely positioned in the global gaming and esports sectors, building and supporting ecosystems that connect fans, developers, and IP creators, said Turkey Alwiser. Don't know if I said that right. Apologies if I butchered it. Deputy Governor and Head of International Investments at PIF. And PIF has demonstrated a strong commitment to these sectors, and this partnership will help further drive EA's long-term growth while fueling innovation within the industry on a global scale. The investment embodies Silver Lake's mission to partner with exceptional management teams at the highest quality companies. EA is a special company, a global leader in interactive entertainment, anchored by its premier sports franchise, with accelerating revenue growth and strong and scaling free cash flow. I don't like that. We are honored to invest and partner with Andrew, an extraordinary CEO who has doubled revenue, nearly tripled EBITDA, don't know what that means, and driven a five-fold increase in market cap during this tenure, said Egan Durbin, co-CEO and managing partner at Silver Lake. The future for EA is bright, and we are going to invest heavily to grow the business, and we are excited to support Andrew and the EA team as the company accelerates innovation, expands its reach worldwide, and continues to deliver incredible experiences to players and fans across generations. Electronic Arts is an extraordinary company with a world-class management team and a bold vision for the future. I've admired their ability to create iconic, lasting experiences, and as someone who grew up playing their games and now enjoys them with his kids, I couldn't be more excited about what's ahead, said Jared Kushner, Chief Executive Officer at Affinity Partners. The board carefully evaluated this opportunity and concluded it delivers compelling value for stockholders and is in the best interest of all stakeholders, said Louis A. Ubiana. I don't know. I'm butchering a lot of names today suddenly.
There's some
Lead,
interesting names.
yeah, so, yeah. Leading independent director of EA Board of Directors, we are pleased that this transaction delivers immediate and certain cash value to our stockholders while strengthening EA's ability to continue building the communities and experiences that define the future of entertainment. Transaction details, I don't think anybody wants to really know about those, to be honest. But yeah, so obviously it goes on to say about about Silver Lake, Perth, and Affinity Partners sort of thing, and they're making it seem to be like all this oh my goodness sort of thing. However, um considering how far we've come with exclusivity across the board for all games, I want to put that out there. And more so, EA in terms of specifically in The Sims, a lot of that exclusivity, a lot of myself, a lot of, not just myself, but also players across the board, whether it's Sims, whether it's other games, how they've all evolved and stuff like that. It doesn't matter, like across all EA games, like across the board. A lot of that exclusivity we are scared is going to go away. Due to the fact of, to put it bluntly, I suppose, whilst also trying to be careful with my wording, due to how the world is, especially certain aspects of the world. Though we have exclusivity in day-to-day lives, in our lives and stuff like that, some countries do not. And that's what we're scared of, because of the fact is, a lot of games represent a lot of the exclusivity that we do have today.
I'm just banging my elbow on all sorts of stuff today. Jesus Christ.
That is honestly understandable.
Hit the tip of the elbow earlier.
Yes. And it's just one of those where, it's not great at all. Like, I am mad. I am big mad. Because at the end of the day, I've been playing this game since I was a child. And I love the fact that, even though it was, I think the only characters that were written in as gay for each other were two Strange Town characters, which was Nervous and one of the Curious brothers. Be with each other. It was written in, it's scripted in. And now, it's going to shit. Honestly.
It's also because of the fact that this technically does also leave EA in debt as well still. So
yeah,
it's concerning the fact that there's going to be quite a few areas within EA that's also going to be hit with layoffs and possibly getting shut down.
100%.
Especially areas that probably haven't actually done well over recent years, i.e. BioWare and the like. Because despite what they'll tell you, the recent Dragon Age game didn't do as good as they would have liked.
No, I enjoyed it personally, and it was one of them. Oh, Ivy's missed me.
Yeah, you can still enjoy a game personally, but at the same time, you gotta look at the sales, and I can pretty much say that it didn't sell as well as they were hoping.
No, of course not, and I'm not going to deny that by any means. Like I said, I personally enjoyed the game. Have I finished it still? No, I haven't.
Neither have I, to be honest. Something I still need to do.
I know, right? That's because I got distracted by other games, and that's okay.
It's just concerning, especially considering the fact that we were meant to be getting more in the Mass Effect saga.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking forward to that, so we might be seeing those areas getting hit. And it's it's concerning, to say the least.
Yeah. And obviously, because the original link that I found, which I went back through Chaos and I's messages to quickly grab, I didn't know whether or not, obviously, we should talk about it, because it's massive in the gaming industry. This is massive fucking news that this has actually gone ahead and happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, more of the concerns and stuff like that. And obviously it does kind of dive into the political aspects, I want to say slightly, to be nice.
Yeah. I think the best way to cover ourselves on this would basically be, we're just concerned with the way that EA is going at the moment, and considering recent things, we're concerned about their future, and considering the gaming
As
industry,
long-term players, yeah.
yeah, and considering the gaming industry as a whole, we're afraid on seeing where the direction it might be headed. We're hoping that it might not head to a bad thing, but it's hard to not see the writing on the walls for some stuff.
Yeah. And it is a concern, honestly. Yeah. It really is.
So, yeah, I think that's the best way to actually cover ourselves in that one. Because, like, without going political, because it's like, we're not the place for that. There are people that could probably
we're not.
actually...
Obviously, I don't want to make it political personally either, because that's not what I'm about. At the end of the day, like, I'm just showing concern, not just, you know, for my favourite all-time game franchise, but also other players as well as, you know, like, that don't play The Sims, but, like, play stuff like, you know, what, Mass Effect and stuff like that. Like,
my concern is...
the future of our games, dude.
My concern is I don't want to see the gaming industry become, like... the football industry.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to see. Because that's literally then when people then start throwing money left, right, and centre for the most stupid of things, and we don't get anything good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about. I think that's the best way to summarise it.
Yeah. Pretty much. And, you know, a lot of the concern as well is, you know, like, being taken over by AI in terms of, like, just to, you know, to speak about some of the games as well under EA. Not like, oh, yeah, but you fight AI as, like, NPCs and whatnot, like, in video games. We're not talking about that type of AI. We're talking about different type of AI where, you know, it's going to be progressively shit.
We're talking
and
about
just not good for anyone.
Talking about stuff actually being created by AI, because there's still a long way off from it actually being anywhere half decent. A lot of it's still very, very shit.
Yeah.
Now, some people obviously make the argument of AI is the future. It is, to some extent. I will agree to a certain extent. I wouldn't say it's... And I'll argue with that statement a little bit. I don't think it's a case of game developers getting lazy. I think it's the people running the show that are basically making everything lazy. The developers want to make the games. It's just the top brass who are running the circus that are making very lazy decisions. And as a result, the entire industry and the products suffer as a whole.
Yeah.
Because again, that is always the concern.
Like, I get that, you know, EA are in debt, but at the same time, just to kind of go, like, in that direction, it doesn't sit right.
No. None of it does. And that's...
exactly, and I agree with you, Inventor. That's why I'm struggling to put words into place, because, you know, we don't talk about political topics here at the Pizza Room podcast. We just don't. So that's why I'm like, how do I word this sort of thing? But it needed to be spoken about.
That's kind of why...
It needed to be brought to everyone's attention.
Yeah, that's kind of why I've worded it the way I have. One word: frustration. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe the entire situation, is frustrating.
100%.
And I think that's probably the best way to leave it at that, to be honest. Just because it is dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think you'd agree, I think we'd best divert off of that.
Yeah, we are going to divert now because, like...
Yeah.
For the sake of all things, you know, holy and not, shall we say, we'll end up going on a tirade run, and we don't need that right now.
Yeah. So,
moving on.
Yep, on to the next article. Nintendo. Now, obviously many people are aware, obviously, the Nintendo stuff, the patents and lawsuits that have currently been going on for a while. Well, the most recent patent, as it has been found out, has kind of really, I guess you could say, somewhat taken the piss. So this is coming from Games Radar. Vetting the reported dangers of a reported dangers of a US patent recently granted to Nintendo regarding game and summoning mechanics tied up in Pokemon. IP expert and games industry veteran Florian Mueller reckons the overbroad patent was approved almost entirely uncritically, precisely because no other games were evaluated by the examiner. Legal and game experts have questioned how this patent, US 12,403,397, which presents potential conflicts with countless games where a player character summons the described sub-characters in battle, was approved, but so many games that predate it show that such mechanics are not uncommon. Mueller, reviewing the examiner's references and searches alongside Nintendo's own disclosure, which point to a page on the Pokemon website, suggests these games were never even considered. This Nintendo patent was apparently granted. This Nintendo patent was apparently granted without a patent examiner looking at a single game. He writes in a recent article on GamesFray. So they get this recent patent was put through without even any other games being looked at. Hello, patent board, you might want to reevaluate, because that's not fucking good.
Nope.
I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm no legal expert, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't, up for getting sued for that level of negligence. Mueller targeted some interpretations of the patent, wildly excoriated by folks like video game patent lawyer Kirk Sigman, per PC Gamer, as an embarrassing failure of the US patent system, which suggested that it could be easily invalidated if push came to shove. Invalidation is easier said than done, Mueller counters. He goes on to interrogate how and why examinations may pass over important references in a situation like this, most notably prior art, and why invalidations that may seem obvious to some observers, like a person of ordinary skill in the art, as Sigmund said, meaning someone with basic working knowledge of the field, may not be a silver bullet in an actual legal challenge. True, but it's not a single individual. It's multiple. There are multiple franchises that use the very mechanic that Nintendo have just got the patent agreed to. Multiple franchises, multiple big companies. So there are plenty of ways in which they could easily lose out on this one. Yes, they have the patent. However, there is clear evidence to show that there are series that have had this type of thing in them for longer than Pokemon's been around. Because I'm pretty sure you'll find the Final Fantasy series has been around a little bit longer than Pokemon. So they kind of, maybe want to rethink things. And I think they might be able to actually make an appeal to the patent board to get that revoked with evidence showing prior, as long as actual multiple game companies that obviously have this actually come together, because I'm pretty sure it is something that needs to happen.
Oh yeah.
We mentioned that the United States Patent and Trademark Office has recently made it more difficult to challenge granted patents, he said. It's also worth noting that if a validity determination was made in a US court, it will be put before a jury most of the time, but US juries are extremely hesitant to conclude that a government agency made a mistake. Jurors are routinely shown a video that portrays the USPTO as omniscient and incredibly thorough. The video shows images of patent examiners in lab coats jointly looking at something, but how it actually works is that patent examiners sit at a desk and have a rather limited amount of time available per patent application. Separately, Mueller stresses that one can always view the threat level differently, but in principle, the concerns that others voiced over hundreds of games being at risk were valid. He reiterates that the claims of the patent, which claim 1 being the broadest and therefore most threatening one, could become a hazard for other games depending on how the patent is enforced or interpreted. Mueller's argument reinforces the seriousness of the patent's approval. It sounds like an obvious overreach to many people, and Mueller himself points to games as old as 1975's Gunfight as arguable prior art precedent for games with multiple battle systems, as described in the patent summary. But the US Patent Office didn't see it that way, creating potential creative minefields or legal burdens for other games and developers. In essence, its very existence is in danger. So, by Nintendo basically doing what they have done, they have essentially put the US... It's kind of I would say it's borderline an international incident at this point. Because Nintendo, a Japanese company, although I'm pretty sure it was Nintendo America that put this through, has therefore put a patent in that affects games on a global scale, not just the US.
Oh boy.
Because if it was the global... Because I'm not sure if there's like a global patent board, which I think there might... I think there should be. But it's the US patent board. And the fact that other games weren't even put into consideration, they used their own... They used Pokemon as the prime example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, again, as stated in the article, that others could easily be... could you be used to argue against it? But again, that's when it becomes legal. Like, I don't know the extent of how bad this could be and how much this could backfire on Nintendo. Because it's not just going to backfire on everyone else, it's going to also backfire on Nintendo as well. Because who's going to want to work on games where there's a pattern like this around? It's basically going to limit the amount of people actually making games. Especially RPGs. It's a very dangerous minefield that I think could result in a massive legal battle. And I genuinely believe that Nintendo... They got some massive balls to think that they won't be harmed in this.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely believe that companies will turn around and there'll be less companies actually willing to work with them because of this. Unless they're thinking this will cause more companies to actually want to work with them to avoid patent liability. That's the only thing I could think of. But at the same time, it's not a good thing.
No. It really isn't, because it not only screws them over, it screws over a lot of development companies as well.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Because I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy was on a lot of Nintendo systems when it first originally came out. So ergo, they're also kind of hitting one of the companies that has actually worked with them the most.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a big middle finger, really.
Oh, just a bit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, just a fucking bit. Like,
So, yeah. Patents getting thrown out without too much consideration. Yeah, doesn't really exactly paint the US Patent Board in a good light, really.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Yeah. So, Damo, you got another article?
Yes, actually, I've got this one and another one. This one's also on Games Radar, so we're gonna go back to the Silent Hill stuff for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Hill F sells over 1 million copies in just 4 days, as Konami confirms the new horror game is already exceeding the success of Silent Hill 2 remake. That we also the success the Silent Hill 2 remake saw last year. This was also published on 29th of September as well. Silent Hill F is off to a stellar start between its very positive beginnings on Steam last week and today. Confirmation from Konami that its new horror game may be on a track to outsell the Silent Hill 2 remake from 2024. A new statement from Konami on its official website confirms as much. As the company says that the worldwide cumulative shipments of Silent Hill F across all platforms have surpassed 1 million units. In other words, a whopping million copies of the latest Silent Hill game have sold. And what's more, this may put it ahead of the Silent Hill 2 remake when considering its own post-launch numbers just last year. As Konami previously revealed in a post, the Silent Hill 2 remake similarly sold 1 million copies in about 4 days, and that's big news for Silent Hill F, which means to be following in its predecessor's footsteps, or perhaps, as Konami writes, even ultimately exceeding the 2024 game sales, reporting that the more recent Silent Hill is impressing fans both globally and in Japan. The studio believes it might be outpacing the sequel remake's success. And it's not difficult to believe, sitting on Metacritic with a solid score of 86 right now, Silent Hill F has more than proven itself as a banger new entry in Konami's beloved series. For reference, the Silent Hill 2 remake shares a similar score, in fact the very same, of 86 too. Coupling this with thousands of positive reviews on Steam and the impressive total shipment number from the publisher, it isn't surprising to think Silent Hill F could outshine last year's remake.
We'll see about that one, because it depends.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how the community react to it as a whole once the game's been out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's all well and good saying, oh, it could outshine the remake. I'm pretty sure that'd be tough to do, considering the remake actually received a lot of great reviews from people. So, to make that kind of statement, I'd say come back to it in, say, a few months' time, once the dust has settled.
Yeah. But we will see. But the fact is, they've sold over 1 million copies.
Yeah, just a short spell of time. Like, the game came out, when? A few days ago?
Literally about, I think, last week.
Yeah, so it's it's already selling that well. It's like, that's impressive. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll obviously hear at some point Damo's review on Silent Hill F. So, tune into that one.
That we will, yeah.
So do you want to do your next article? Because I think my one's going to take quite a bit.
Yep. Now, I know the controversy's coming here for a second, because where is this next article from?
IGN?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, you've already spoken about it, I believe. Former Capcom designer.
Yeah, no, I chose not to speak about that one.
Oh, so we're not talking about that one?
Yeah, just because,
Okay.
Yeah, just because that one's a bit
Alright, no, that's fine.
I had another read of it just a bit ago. It's like, that's a bit...
Then, yeah, no, I don't. You're good.
So, yeah, alright.
Go on with your own controversy.
So, as you can see in the title, folks... I think I want to speak for both myself and Damon when I say this. For fuck's sake, Xbox. And I know I spoke about this briefly, but to give you guys basically a rundown on what Xbox has actually done. And Charles actually brought this information to my attention, to which I then looked into it more, and was ultimately very disappointed. So, with the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass subscription, as many of you know, I've not exactly been entirely agreeing with how Xbox has done things in regards to their subscription service for a while. But that's generally because I feel like the subscription service over on Xbox is way more of a rental service than anything else. Because as soon as they decide to take it off their thing, if you want to play it, you got to buy it then. So it's like, you're paying all that money, and for what? And it's like, it kind of enforces the idea of gamers need to get used to not owning their games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a massive thing on this whole subscription service. Is, especially with games, with companies like Xbox having, especially so many AAA games on there. Oh, you get access to this AAA game on release for free with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Edition. It's like, really? But if people want to do that, fair. I will go back to games being on disc, right? I'll take games being on disc any time of the week, because just the smell of when you peel back the plastic when you open up a brand new game.
Mm-hmm.
Any gamer that's worth a salt knows how that feels, and it's like, oh. But with Xbox, they have decided to, well, as many of you know, we covered a lot of Xbox's bullshit over the past couple of years, mainly being the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And we called then that there will be a lot of fallback that will first hit the companies that are under them, and then it will also hit the community. Well, it's time for the community to get hit. And this is coming to, I believe, the US, with the monthly subscription of the Ultimate Game Pass going up to a whopping $30 a month. Yep.
It's disturbing.
$30 a month. And I looked at it, right? I looked at what it was for the price in the UK, just so we can actually get a comparison, right, folks? For a month, they boosted up from £14 a month to £23 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've looked up how much for a year PlayStation Plus Essential and the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pass is for a full year. The Nintendo one, for example, 35 quid for a year. PlayStation Essential for a year, 60 quid. Where the fuck do Xbox get off with that kind of shit? By literally charging almost what most have actually been charging for a year for only a month.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck do they get off with that shit? Xbox. We called this a while back, that when you acquired Activision Blizzard, what was the whole point for? And it ended up being just solely because you could actually get quicker access to Call of Duty. And guess what? That's not exactly gone well for you guys. We called that shit and said it was a bad idea, and we were actually against the idea of the acquisition happening because we didn't think it'd be a good thing, and it would hurt everyone across the board. Well, look at what's happening now. Because of all the layoffs you guys have done over the past couple of years, because you guys really couldn't afford to do it, you have now gone ahead and then, instead of actually laying off anyone else, instead of doing that, or maybe cutting down the top execs' bonuses, because guaranteed they're going to be getting paid the regular amount and not actually have to worry about a damn thing. No, the entire community, the entire Xbox community, is now going to be paying out the arse for a rental system. The fuck do you get off with that kind of shit, Xbox? I've tried to maintain a level of professionalism when we're talking about this, both myself and Damo. And others when we've spoken about this. But I'm pretty sure at this point, professionalism out the fucking window. To those that thought this was a good idea, because bear in mind, folks, this is a 50% increase. Not 10%, not 5%, not 20%, which has been what other people have done over the years. Here's a kicker that already advertised in new Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Yeah, and guess what? No one's going to want to play it. Because people are already barely trusting the company as a whole. Call of Duty, what's fucking new about it? Literally just like maybe some more pixels on a gun. What's fucking new? What was the whole point of buying out a company who was in major legal trouble, and now you guys are literally screwing over your entire community base? I'm pretty sure there are even some Xbox fanboys that would actually turn around and go, okay, this is getting a bit much now.
Oh, more than likely, dude. More than likely.
And why are you probably increasing this price? Oh, because you guys are getting Steam integration? so people will be able to access their Steam games on there. If that's going to be the reason, then you guess what? People might as well just buy themselves a fucking PC or a laptop or a Steam Deck. And it'll probably cost them a lot less to actually have that and maintain them than this shit. It's absolute bullshit with how they think this is acceptable. This is literally straight up daylight fucking robbery. Xbox, or rather Microsoft at this point, if you're looking to kill your gaming division, all you have to do is do what you did with Mixer. Take it out back, and old yell at that bitch. Double barrel shotgun, boom, straight to the head. Because guess what? You're not doing that. You're just basically you've inflicted a neurotoxin into the community, and you're just letting it die a slow death. Like, what the fuck? Instead of actually trying to create a monopoly, you're literally trying to create how to destroy an entire industry. Between Nintendo...
Breathe.
Sorry?
Breathe.
Oh, I'm breathing. Between Nintendo's patent bullshit system, and now you guys charging out the arse for shit, and Sony releasing games that they're throwing so much money out that aren't fucking working, and are literally bullshit because some of the people behind the game can't take criticism. Three big giants now showing us how much they really no longer fucking care. But at least with PlayStation and Nintendo, at least they're fucking over with the game price, not the subscription price. Because they know if they do that, that's when things are really going to start going downhill. Xbox, what do you actually have to your fucking name that's worth paying out that much? AAA games early access? Big fucking whoop. People can literally just save a bit of money and buy the game themselves rather than pay that much for your online subscription. They can buy the games themselves, then they own them. Not this bullshit of a rental system. You guys need to do better than this. I don't know how many times I can literally say this, but for fuck's sake, can people stop proving what we say here right? Can these industry titans stop proving how much they've got tiny dicks and throwing money out of the way is the bait to show, oh yeah, we got real big dicks here. Fuck off. All you're doing is padding a condom with $50 bills. The only difference between some of the other titans is they're not covering it in fucking spicy ass hot sauce and then fucking us raw. At least the others are giving us the option to actually have milk to put on there while we get absolutely fucking ram-raided. I said this before when we originally covered the whole bullshit of the acquisition. Can you lot stop being dicks? I think it's now time to say, can you lot stop being STD-ridden, homeless cunts?
Rated it?
People can barely afford games as it is. What makes you think they're going to pay this? People can barely afford the price increase on games. Yes, the price on everything's going up because politicians are deciding to throw out God knows what for whatever excuse in regards to shit. It's not just in one place, it's all over the show. And the companies are literally just now going, oh yeah, we're just going to go ahead and piss on everyone in the process. It is not good and they need to do better than this. It is an absolute fucking shit show. My only hope is that they'll see the entire backlash of this, because the funny thing is, when this was announced, the website, Xbox website, to cancel subscriptions overloaded.
It crashed, yes.
No, it didn't just crash, it overloaded. Meaning they had to shut it down for a bit to get it sorted.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot. You guys need to do better, or no one's going to want to pay anything of yours. No one's going to want to buy anything of yours. Because Xbox recently also just increased the price of their consoles earlier in the year. And now they're doing this. Great advertisement for your system, guys. Whoever's in charge of your advertising and the pricing of this stuff, yeah, they're really doing a great job. Unless they're there to sabotage. I'm all for favour with there actually being some level of competition, because then it actually makes us all actually rise to be better. It actually all challenges us to actually improve ourselves. But this is not the kind of competition where anyone wins. And not even the execs will win on this one. But then again, they'll just bounce. As soon as things start to look bad, they'll sell off to someone else to try and fix, and they'll just bounce and reap what rewards they got. I am sick and tired of seeing Xbox continuously fuck up like this. I'm sick and tired of seeing these industry giants that are buying out so many companies to put under their banner, to which they're meant to actually then be able to improve them and actually make it so they have more access to stuff so they can make better games, and then just ruin them. I might just be part of the old guard where I think where it used to be there used to be the game console companies, and then there was the software companies that made the games for these, that actually then they would then work with them to get them on the systems. They weren't owned by them, they worked with them. You should be working with companies, not telling them what to do. Games are meant to be a way for us to actually escape the bullshit of reality. A chance for us to actually take a chance to breathe. Yet now you're forcing reality on everyone with this unrealistic bullshit. You guys need to do better than this. It's not good. My only hope is the fallout of this, with the amount of people that have cancelled the subscriptions, that they actually backpedal on this and they actually reverse the decision. But it doesn't change the fact that they literally had the balls to do this in the first place, which means they have the balls to do it in the future. And how do we actually get these companies to listen, folks? By hitting them in the place that hurts them the most, the wallet. So if you have an Xbox subscription and you don't like the price increase, you are more than within your rights to actually cancel your subscription. You are well within your rights to do so. I'm not telling you to do so. I'm saying you have the right to do so. Because at the end of the day, it is your money. Your hard-earned money. Not theirs. And the ones that'll actually get hurt as well as the consumers, developers, the gaming developers. They'll get hurt by this too. Because it won't be the top execs that actually get less money as a result of this. It'll be everyone below them. That'll be getting hurt. The execs are the last ones to actually get hurt when stuff like this happens. I don't really know what else I can say on the whole matter.
I think you covered it.
Yes, I did kind of go off the handle a little bit, but I think at this point, it doesn't fucking matter. I think at this point, it doesn't matter. Because it is just an absolute circus. And it's not even funny circus. Ain't nothing enjoyable about this goddamn circus. Cirque du Soleil. Or Cirque du Sell less, more like. Yeah, I warned you guys there'd be a rant. And I wanted to leave it to the end. But yeah, that's all I really got to say on the whole thing. If you don't agree with anything that we've said here, or anything you're not sure on about anything that we say on the Flopcast, then do please look into the information yourselves, and do please be informed. Do look into everything that we speak about here. Because we can only go and do so much information. We can only do so much digging. Because we're still small. So we don't have as much reach as we would like for this info. So please, do look out for yourselves in regards of information and actually be informed. But yeah, I think that's about it, don't you think, Demo?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Man, you've gone hard in your rants in the past on this fucking podcast, but that...
Look, I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick.
Look, but I get you, and I agree. Could have worded it better in the rant.
Yeah, could have worded things better, but at the same time, like, it's kind of hard not to express how the whole thing makes people feel.
Which is fair.
Because I will say, there are probably people that have actually said way worse than me that have way more information than me.
More than likely. Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Fucking hell. Get this dude a fucking puncher bag so he can punch it, thanks.
Oh, come on, not that bad.
It almost got that bad, what you mean?
I knew when to tow it, Damo. I knew when to tow it. I knew what I was doing. I think Chaos' speech was alright, says Kane.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was wrong.
Yeah, there were points.
By any means.
Yeah, there were just points
I'm
that,
just-
yeah, some people say I may have slightly gone a little bit too far, but...
A little bit, yeah. That's literally what I'm talking about. You did go a little bit too far. However, like, you reined it in.
Yeah.
Made you to make noises.
No,
but-
trust me, I was already aware how I was going to word it. Because trust me, I've been sat on this since I heard it.
Oh my lordy.
And considering how things have been for me over the past week, yeah, I needed to let some out.
Again, my point stands. Get this motherfucking punching bag
I recommend
so he can
pizza.
punch it.
Now, I had tomato juice and bacon for dinner. With a load of bread to dip in. So it was nom nom. But yeah. But yeah, that is actually going to be it for this episode of the Flopcast. Providing I don't get cancelled. Which I doubt I will at this point. If I was going to get cancelled, it would have been cancelled on episode 1 with Sephiroth Massive Cock. And it would have cancelled me for some of the other stuff we've said over the course of the acquisition, so...
That's not the
Yes, I feel like we should have big that.
So, the next episode of the Flopcast will be on the 20th of October, providing there are no IRL changes.
Shouldn't be to my knowledge.
Yep. Shouldn't be on my end either. But yes, Damo, where can people find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsthemoo. On Blueski, it's the Moo, and TikTok, it's the Moo TV.
Yep. You'll be able to also see me and Damo hanging out tomorrow at 7 o'clock, playing separate games and generally just hanging out. So look forward to that one. It's the Moo!
It's the Moo!
The amount of times people have actually gotten your name wrong when you appear in their chat.
I know, but you know,
I live for it. I love it.
It's some of the names have actually been cute. What they've actually said.
Yeah, like it's the Mooshi.
You had
It's the
Demumu.
Moosh.
You had Demumu at one point,
Yeah,
which was cute as hell.
I know, right?
Oh lordy lord. No, Inventor, not Lizard. But yes, to everyone on YouTube, if you've enjoyed this episode, then if you want to see all the other stuff that we've actually done Flopcast wise, then do check out the playlist that is actually on the channel. If you miss anything that we talked about, then you'll be able to check out this episode, which will be uploaded probably within the next 24 hours over on YouTube, youtube.com/chaosdragon49. Or if you're having trouble finding out, then look up the Chaos. Just go on YouTube and type in the Chaos of Dragons, and you should see one of my pizza forms. God, I would love some Moo Moo Milkshake Blast right now.
Oh my god.
It's Kane. What do you expect?
Yeah, go for it.
But yes, we will be shutting our doors for the night now, folks. So anything you leave behind will be used as ammunition to fight off the Scandinavian invasion. And occasionally the Murder Ball Society, when they decide to stick their nose in every now and then.
What do you mean?
12-hour stream, the couple of times you actually poked me for the challenges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like I have to start getting ready to fight you off.
That was a special occasion. It's fine.
12-hour Silent Hill F stream when?
No.
Yeah, you're right. 24 hour.
Yeah. Okay. Like I can harness the energy for a 24-hour stream.
Come on. If I can do it, you can do it.
Are you gonna be sat there for 24 hours straight with me?
I can't say I'll be there for the whole 24 hours, but if I can handle 24
There we
hours
go.
on my own streams.
There we go.
You lot don't sit with me for the whole 24 hours. You lot usually pass out and go and do other stuff during that time.
Look, I've passed out and woken up the next day, still in the VC with you. That counts.
Yeah. Again, that's probably what might happen. tomorrow, guys, we'll return to the digital world. Hooray! Yes, indeed. But, with that being said, though, folks... Raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Ew.
Bye-bye.
Bye.